Hello, and thank you for your interest in enrollment as a cropland producer within Idaho's Innovative Agriculture and Marketing Partnership, or IAMP. This video will help you complete the Phase-1 application to enroll as a cropland producer within the project. To fill out the application, go to iamp.uidaho.edu and click the Participant Application button. This will lead you to the application disclaimer page. Please read and acknowledge the disclaimer before entering the application. If you want to explore the requirements and incentives of conservation practices currently supported in the IAMP project, click the hyperlinks here for further description. Read and acknowledge all the statements in the disclaimer. Please do not push the browser's back or refresh button while you are entering the application details. Rather, use the buttons within the application to navigate through the application. To complete the Phase-1 cropland application, click the Cropland application button located at the bottom of the disclaimer page. If at any point during the application process you need help, click the gold Application Help button, and it will provide options for support from our project support team, including this YouTube tutorial and email support using iamp@uidaho.edu. To send an email, click the Request Help button located at the top of the screen. The first page of the application collects contact information about the individual or business applying for enrollment in the IAMP project. Select whether you are filling out the application as an individual or business, and put the full legal name of the person or business applying. It is important that the legal name on the application matches the name on file at the USDA FSA office. Additionally, provide the mailing address, email, applicant's phone number, the county of residence, as well as the name of a person to contact for questions regarding the application. Once completed, click the Next button to proceed in the application process. The second page of the application will assess your minimum eligibility criteria as a cropland producer. Please answer the following required questions. Is the proposed land parcel located in Idaho? Are you a USDA FSA participant or willing to become one? Have you completed or willing to complete USDA's Form AD1026 in regard to highly erodible land and wetland conservation? Throughout the application, hyperlinks will be inserted in areas that will provide further clarity and description. If I click here, a modal will appear to describe a highly erodible land conservation and wetland conservation form. The next question asks about whether or not the applicant is a foreign person or entity as described by USDA. As a cropland producer, are you able to implement at least one of the following conservation practices for a 3 or 4 year period? To read more about each of the practices, utilize the hyperlinks within the application. The next question is regard to, are you currently receiving payments from other federal programs for the conservation practices you intend to implement on the enrolled piece of land? Next, you need to select which of the following commodities you currently utilize or are planning to utilize within your cropping rotation system. I'll select chickpeas and wheat, and then click Next to advance. The third page of the application collects location information for the fields you plan to enroll in the project. An IAMP location can represent a single field, multiple fields, or a portion of a field. Each location must have associated FSA identification numbers. All fields enrolled as a single location within the project will require uniform treatment of conservation practices over the contract period. Put in an identifiable name for the field you are enrolling. This name will be used as a unique identifier during the course of the project, so utilize a name that is recognizable in the future. The application allows you to manually enter location details and locate your fields on a map interface, or you can upload your sites using a KML file. To add location details, click the Find Location, Upload KML button. If you do not have a KML file containing your location, use the map interface to zoom into your location. The map shows county boundaries within Idaho to help you navigate. Add a place mark to the middle of your farm or field, and you will see that it matches this location to location 1. If you close the map interface, it will add the latitude and longitude to the location associated with location 1. If you need to add a second location, you can do that by clicking Add Additional Location. If you entered incorrect data, you are able to modify the location data or click Delete to remove the location. If you have a KML file for the farm boundaries, you can upload it by clicking Choose File. KML file format is a lightweight file system designed to store geographic data. Many programs allow you to export field boundaries in KML format, including onboard GPS software and tractors, and more common programs like Google Earth. When you upload your file, it will automatically place pins at the center of each location boundary in the order they are listed within your file. Ensure that the location names in the application are in the same order as the application location. You'll do that in the main application screen. Once the locations are named and located in the mapping interface, you can proceed to the next screen. The next screen will automatically estimate the area of your enrolled location. If the estimated area is incorrect, you can manually edit the location acreage. The application will also utilize satellite imagery to determine the crop rotation grown from 2015 to present. You will manually enter the crop grown in the harvest year 2023. Here I will be non-irrigated spring wheat. Once you've entered the crops grown in harvest year 23, you'll need to make sure the historic crops are correct in rotation. If they are incorrect, you can change them manually by clicking the drop-down menu. And you need to acknowledge whether or not the field is irrigated or not. You need to complete this process for every location enrolled in the application. Once completed, you can proceed to the next screen. Next, you're going to identify the climate smart practices you currently use on the intended parcel of land. I will select none of the above as if I am new to conservation practices. But if you currently implement any of these practices on the enrolled location, you can select all the practices that apply to your operation. Next, we will select conservation practices you are interested in implementing on the enrolled locations. I will select no-till stacked with nutrient management as my interest. Next, you're going to self-identify whether one or more of the primary producers belong to a historically underserved population, according to IAMP's definition, which can be found by clicking the hyperlink. If you self-identify any of the primary producers as a member of a historically underserved population, you will be asked to voluntarily select all the groups to which you belong, as well as acknowledge whether or not your farm fits the definition of a small farm. You are not required to answer either of these questions. You can select prefer not to answer. Answering no or prefer not to answer will not exclude you from participating in the program. Answering yes to either of these questions may give you priority selection by your implementing partner to achieve project goals and milestones. Next, you're going to select a partner you wish to enroll with if you have a preference. If you don't have a preference, you can select no preference. In this example, I'll say I'm interested in participating with the local conservation district. You can select more than one partner. You need to acknowledge permissions within the application. So are you willing to have NRCS provide documentation that you aren't receiving duplicate incentive payments on these pieces of land? And are you willing to allow USDA FSA track and field numbers to be released to the IAMP personnel? You then need to read and agree to the producer data requirements. This identifies how your data will be collected through the application and reporting process during the project to achieve project goals. It also allows you to optionally consent to your data being used for research and educational purposes. If you agree to this optional research and education consent, put your full legal name as a digital signature and date the application. And you are able to provide information about how you heard about the project, as well as provide additional comments about the project. Once you've finished, click the submit button. You should see a message appear on the screen that says your application has been submitted. As well, you will receive an email confirming your application, and a copy of your disclaimer will be included in that email. Thank you for your interest in IAMP. Have a great day.